Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. This is for Wednesday, October the 9th. Please like, subscribe, and share. And thanks for watching. Okay, so Melinda goes to see Gabi. They chat about how they're doing, and she says that Stefan has hired her to file her divorce for him, and she's going to file divorce papers. But if Gabi doesn't want her to, she'll tell him to find someone else. And Gabi said, no, we both agreed it's over. Go on and file them. That's kind of sad. Kristen goes to bug Xander again and said, when are you going to get Brady out of jail? And he's like, never. And she's like, well, your wife won't be able to walk again, and it'll be your fault if you don't try this. And he's like, how do I know what you tell me is true? I need to see the proof. I need to see the proof. And she said, well, I've got all the stats and the data, and you can show it to Sara. So I guess he decides to do it because he's telling Sara about it, and she had a good laugh over it. And she's like, so you want me to go under a procedure by a voodoo doctor with a ponytail? You know, it was kind of funny, but Dr. Rolf is magnificent. So she decided it was worth the trade. All she wants is for her to recant her story that she saw Brady, because she didn't. But she still thinks he did it. Eric is still on the trail, and Brady's like, leave it alone, man. I did it. I just agreed to 10 years. Let me go. I'm going to rot for 10 years. I deserve it. Let it go, brother. Let it go. But, you know, Eric's not going to let it go. He's like, something's not right. So he's talking to Roman about it. And Roman's like, look, Eric, Brady done took responsibility for it. He's made his peace with it. He's already made a deal for 10 years. You need to let it go. And he's like, no. Something's not right. And he's like, tell me, son, what are you thinking? So they had a long conversation. Fiona goes to visit Brady, and she's about ready to tell him the truth. She says, I have a confession to make. And in walks Kristen and says, who in the hell are you? And she tells him, and then she takes a bad attitude toward Brady and storms out. So she didn't tell him. Meanwhile, Xander and Sara are trying to convince EJ. You know, Sarah's like, I don't clearly remember him. I just said I did, but I don't. Because I feel like, you know, he did do it. And I just want to recant my statement. And EJ said, no. Under no circumstances will you recant your statement. It stands as is, and Brady's going to pay for what he's done. And so I don't know what Xander and Sara are going to do, because that is the deal for which they made. So EJ's rubbing stuff in Stefan's face, and Stefan's like, you got to be kidding. Gabi's never going to step foot in this house again. And then they turn around, and there she is. She stepped thy foot in the house. It was very sad. They were both crying, saying their goodbyes, and she said, I just came to get a few things. And the butler, whoever's going to have the other things sent over to wherever she's staying, probably with Rafe and Jada. That is her brother. But it was very sad that they screwed their lives up like they did. But they did, and there she is leaving for the last time. It's very sad for Stefan, but, you know, he should have stayed away from Ava Vitale. But I love Ava. So Eric's talking to the waiter, and he's like, do you remember seeing this guy in here? And he shows him Brady's picture, and Brady's like, yeah. The night he went and ran over that lady. And she said, what'd you let him drive for? And he said, well, the lady said she had it. It was under control. And he said, what lady? And then he pulled up a picture of Fiona and said, is this the lady? And he said, that's her. And then he's getting ready to walk out, and he turns around, and who walks in? The lady herself, Miss Fiona. Messing with her phone. She don't even, what's she doing? She's sneaking off to get her a little drink. That's what she's doing. Man, Eric can probably lay some guilt trip on her and get her to confess to him. He knows something's up with her. Now he knows